Dear reader, I am back with another Taylor adjacent book review, and this time we are talking about Hit Girls. Britney, Taylor, Beyoncé, and the women who built pop's shiniest decade by Nora Princiotti. Hit Girls deals with the music of the aughts, which of course only includes the very beginning of Taylor's discography. However, it does give you a really interesting look at how the moment in pop that Taylor Swift entered into, how that was built, how it was formed, and how artists like Britney Spears came onto the scene. And many of these women, like Britney Spears, really did influence Taylor. There's some thought that the kitty that Taylor talks about in The Life of a Showgirl is inspired by Britney Spears. We know that Britney Spears was an artist that Taylor looked up to as a young girl, just like many of us who are now Taylor's biggest fans. And in that first Britney Spears chapter, Nora talks a lot about Max Martin, which is really interesting when you look at the influences that Max Martin has had on her work and on the ways that her Max Martin tracks on 1989, Reputation, and The Life of a Showgirl are so different from her Jack Antonoff, Aaron Dessner tracks. So learning a lot about Max Martin in this book was really helpful to me in terms of how I'm digesting The Life of a Showgirl and how I'm looking at Taylor's return to Max Martin and Shellback for music making. So one of the things that Nora talks about is how Max Martin is absolutely dedicated to this idea of melodic math and how everything in a song needs to be in service of the melody, and how he sees the melody as significantly more important to a song than the lyrics. And learning all about Max Martin's philosophy of songwriting, his dedication to this idea of melodic math, how he doesn't see lyrics as particularly important, really helped me understand the differences that we saw in The Life of a Showgirl versus albums that had come right before it, like Folklore and Midnights and Tortured Poets, that we've gotten so used to. There's a lot in this book that helps add a further musical critique lens to the way you look at Taylor. She also has a chapter in this book all about Taylor and Taylor's rise and the way that she used social media and the way that she cultivated her fan base from the very beginning. As a millennial who grew up listening to every single woman in this book, my two biggest artists are Taylor and Avril Lavigne, who are both in here, followed by Britney Spears, who is a key member of this book. This was a really fascinating read at the music of the aughts. It gave a whole new perspective to these songs that I was listening to as a teenager. And I appreciate Nora delving so deeply into how the music of the aughts was developed, as well as how it shaped the music that we're still listening to today. If you want to better understand pop music, the moment that Taylor entered into, as well as the pop influences that inspired Taylor's music as a teenager, then I would highly recommend Hit Girls by Nora Princiotti. She reads the audiobook as well, so if you love an audiobook, there is that option for you. My channel focuses on the intersection of Taylor Swift and books, so if you are enjoying these Taylor Swift book reviews, please give me a like, let me know in the comments, and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss our next Dear Reader Taylor Swift book review, because it is coming to you very, very soon. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!